Welcome, you've reached Hacked Games. My name is Jeremy, and this is a continuation of our Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous stream. Today we are going to be having a little chat with, I think, at least Irabeth and Horgus here while we're in the inn, Defender's Heart, and then we're going to pick up Woljif and head out to the city. I guess in between streams I did figure out who I had chatted with and who I had not chatted with. I think Irabeth and Horgus are the only important ones that we need to chat with before we leave. So we'll leave the other people's chats until we stop back at some point. So let's go ahead and start with Irabeth. Any success? How's the city? I haven't even left yet. There's a tiefling chained up in Defender's Heart. What can you tell me about him? Woljif is a petty thief from a gang of thieflings, operating in Canabras. That's what we call them in these parts. They tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. Unfortunately, we apprehended only one of them, and the rest managed to escape. We have nowhere else to keep him apart from the Defender's Heart, but that's hardly a prison. Woljif knows it too. He's been begging us for days to let him go free, or have someone vouch for him. He's already asked you to put in a good word for him, hasn't he? If you want to recruit Woljif and put him to good use, go ahead and take him off our guard's hand. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend their days watching over a middling thief. I hope the tiefling proves useful, should you decide to take him along. What is our main objective? You heard what the demons said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabras, but every city with a Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that. No matter what, we will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomedea's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss. These Wardstones, what are they? They are our greatest treasure, the shield given to us by Iomedea herself and placed in Canabras and other Mendevian cities and fortresses by her herald. The chain of Wardstones forms a protective barrier that stops the expansions of the World Wound and keeps the demons from moving beyond its borders. I shudder to think what happened if that barrier falls. Tell me about the Eagle Watch. It was a small order, created to fight not only demons, but also the enemy within, to maintain the purity of the paladin ranks, prevent heresy, and identify spies. It failed miserably at that. The Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth infiltrated it and formed their nest within its ranks. After the Queen entrusted me with leading the order, Anevi and I practically built it from scratch. We got rid of deadweight, people who weren't committed. We organized ways to transmit messages and orders safely. We introduced reliable ciphers. We found tacit allies around the city, from Crusader orders to street beggars. This was my personal crusade, to purge the city of the Templars who infested it. I thought I was winning. I could feel it. We were so close to driving the cultists out of Canabras, but it's hard to admit, those successes didn't count for much once the demons entered the city. On the contrary, if it wasn't for you, there wouldn't be a headquarters at the Defender's Heart. The cultists would have served up the city on a platter. Yeah, that's true. It's a good thing we achieved something. Thank you. Allow me to ask a few personal questions. Please, but I must warn you, there are some things I don't have the right to discuss. Where are you from? I was born here, in Canabras. I grew up on a farm just outside it. But my way back home lay at the end of a long and winding road. It took me years of traveling through foreign lands before I came to be where I've always belonged. Tell me about Anevia. We met in Taimon, as I was wandering aimlessly from one ordeal to another. We returned to Canabras together to expose the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth. The day the Queen knighted me was the second happiest day of my life. The first day was our wedding. But Anevia isn't just my beloved, she's my staunchest ally. We share every victory and defeat. The best of me is alive, thanks to her. Thank you for saving her back then, the day Canabras fell. Before her return, the only thing giving me the strength to protect Defender's Heart was the hope that I'd see her again. We are in your debt. How'd you become a paladin? I don't much like to remember it. Believe it or not, the story of how I became a paladin is also the story of how I failed to be. My parents were crusaders, may their souls stand together in Iomedea's celestial army. When I was born, they retired from the war and started preparing me to continue their legacy. But my father was an orc. You'd be pressed to find a calmer, wiser, more pious servant of the goddess than. But still, all his life, he was dogged by sideways looks and whispers. When I grew older, and it was time for me to serve, I decided anywhere but Knobs. That was where my father had served loyally. His only reward had been injustice. Besides, the witch hunters, led by the Honorable Prelate Hulrun, stalked the city with a heavy hand. Who knows what they'd have done to a strange girl with green skin? Instead, I went to... You can laugh if you want, but I was young and foolish. I chose Lastwall of all places. You can imagine how well I was accepted in a country that's been battling the orcs of Velx ever since its foundation. There were many there like me, but we were all treated as second-class citizens. To the locals, my green skin was worse than leper scabs. Even my brothers in faith kept their distance. I took my vows, and the goddess granted me the powers of a paladin, but even then, not a single order would accept me into their ranks. I spent another 6 months knocking on doors before I realized the simple truth. I serve Iomade, not these people. I don't have to prostrate myself before them. So I left, as a paladin, but not a knight. Things are bound to be tough for you, your kind too. You belong to two different races. Oh, we're half-elf. But neither is willing to embrace you as one of their own. But at least relations between humans and elves aren't poisoned by centuries of mutual hatred. How did the people of Canabras feel about your background? They tolerated it surprisingly well. I shouldn't have been so wary. Crusaders don't tend to be prejudiced as a rule. After all, heroes from all over the world, even from other continents, come here to fight the demons. Apparently the people were only suspicious of full-blooded orcs. There were already many like me. We don't have any problems. Though the locals do have their superstitions, Mendev is as merciless as Lastwall. They just have a different set of victims. I kept seeing those same sideways looks and scowls, hearing the familiar whispers, but where once they were used to whisper behind my back and point at me, now they whisper in my ear and point at someone else. It's so strange to be on the other side of humiliation, to wipe the spit from your face and suddenly be invited to change position and spit at someone else. You must have figured out by now that I'm talking about tieflings. It's true there are many of them among the cultists and few among our crusaders, and our fighters do all they can to drive away those who would be our allies. People shun them, call them a Relu spawn, or worse, as if they chose to be born like that. I believe it's quite a feat to rise against the call of one's blood and join the forces of good. Still, most only see them as an enemy. I once saw a knight bleeding to death because he wouldn't let a tiefling priest touch his wound. Alas, I haven't been able to change this in all my years. How did you come to join a knightly order? I left Lastwall and went traveling. The goddess guided me, and my path led me to where atrocities were happening. I often fought in exchange for gold, but never for unworthy aims. I wandered the river kingdoms for a few years, killing monsters and tracking down criminals. Sometimes I thought I was just wasting time, and my true place was back in Canabras, but I pushed those thoughts away. I didn't even want to think about going back, but in the end, divine providence had brought me to my senses. It happened in Taimon. I was tracking a gang of bandits, which my employer suspected was a cover for Razmiran spies. I managed to find their lair, but inside I found something far more dangerous. An unholy temple to Zon Kuthan. When I broke in there, the cultists were about to sacrifice someone. The person was destined to become my wife, Anevia, but that's another story. After I cut down the cultists, I examined their papers and couldn't believe my eyes. A network of evil cults had spread through all of Avestan, including Mendev. Worse, the documents clearly showed that the allies, or their allies, the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth, had infested my native Canabras, and were even among the ranks of the Paladins. After that, delaying my homecoming would be tantamount to desertion. Luckily, I was no longer alone. Anevia was as eager to destroy the cultists as I was. Anevia and I hurried to Canabras. We couldn't trust anyone. The papers indicated that the cultists had infiltrated everything. Luckily, I had some experience in investigation, and my beloved, she knew her way around working locks, tailing people, and trading information with the city's bottom feeder. Soon we'd defeated, alas not the whole Hydra, but a few of its heads. You know who turned out to be the leader of the cultists? The commander of the Eagle Watch. Can you imagine? While Prelate Hulrun was chasing witches through the city, the enemy had infiltrated the very order responsible for internal security. The scandal reached the ears of the Queen. At first she planned to disband the order in disgrace, but then she offered as a command to me, put its salvation in my hands. Of course, there was one small catch. I wasn't a knight, but I was made commander just the same, skipping the usual progression through these. I can't imagine the followers of Zon-Kuthon in alliance with demon worshippers. Didn't they hate each other? They should, but Baphomet's minions are masters of deception. They manipulate Zon-Kuthon's butchers as equally as Iomede's knights. The cultists from that unholy temple didn't know the true face of their associates in Cabras. We ourselves learned the truth much later, after getting to the bottom of the nest. Thank you for your answers. I have to go. Right, one down. We are going to try to convince Horgus here. I better look, I guess. Did we go get the, yeah, we got the persuasion equipment. Here, take this. Yes, it's 2,000 coins. Take your payment and remember that Horgus Gwyrm always keeps his word. You helped me get back to the surface. I duly paid you for escorting me. Now, speaking of our future cooperation, I have a job that would be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay generously for your services. What do you mean, a job for someone like you? For an adventurer, ready to sell their soul for booze and then lie down drunk in the gutter. Or do you think you're somehow different? A traveling knight, perhaps noble of heart, but without a coin to your name? You seem a reliable enough ally to me, and you did get me out of those mongrel caves. So why should I care what you do with my money once you've got it? We've succeeded our perception check. Horgus seems like one of those people who thinks the entire world owes them something. However, you hear notes of hysteria beneath his smug arrogance. It's as though he's really quite nervous, but taking great pains to conceal it. Noble birth doesn't give you the right to behave badly. I would ask you to refrain from such statements. Oh, really? How impudent. No one dares tell Horgus Gwyrm how to address the rabble. So what does this job involve? You shall be my bodyguard. You see, I have good reason to return to my mansion here in Canabras. I still have... well, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. My mansion is a breathtaking building with a large garden in the wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city had tried to get inside, one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state it's in. I have little hope that my guards were able to hold the mansion during the attack. I expect that the servants fled when they saw the demon. Only Abadar knows what's happened there since. Therefore, I would ask that you meet me at my mansion and guard me there until I complete my business. I already asked the local paladins for help, but they have no desire to set foot outside the tavern. Damn cowards and traitors, that's what they... Also, please do take Camellia with you. I trust that girl more than the rest of your gang. She is of noble birth, after all. What kind of reward are we talking about? 1,000 gold coins. So our diplomacy here... looks like we need a 9. Double the reward and I'll think about it. Succeeded. Several tense moments pass in silence, and Horgus says deal. Marvelous. Most excellent. I'll proceed to my mansion at once and wait for you there. Meanwhile, you needn't worry. I know the city like the back of my hand, but do hurry, unless you want me to lower your reward. Let's check real quick on our funding situation. Oh, I guess I have stuff that I should sell here. Like, a ton, but a decent amount. Okay, that fork is good. I think I have at least a letter in here that I don't want. Got a book too. Right. Now we can go grab Woljif.
Well, Chief, what do you got for me?
I talked to Yerbeth, and I've decided to make you part of my troop. We'll see how it goes.
Ha ha! You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin. Get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can you? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that Big Sister Charisme wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following? Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go, I'll show you the way.
Thanks, Woljif. And I think just go out down here. Oh. We'll hit the streets. So, first up is the Thiefling's hideout. We're gonna have to change the formation. And reset turn base. So let's see, who's gonna go first? Alchemist, regular Marauder. I'm gonna go.
Cover me, all right? Huh?
Ow. Ow.
Unexpected.
The light take you!
So they knocked us down before we had a chance. That happens. Restore to default, and let's put the elk back up front. And let's maybe shift. I think gonna be the best option. Undo. I think I want her at the back then.
I'm
We
here.
should
Where else would I be?
Woljif's bars real quick here while we able to. Well, I guess actually we haven't been able to do everyone since we leveled up, so we'll do everybody's bars real quick. So all of our resist various elements things here way in the upper corner. Fill in kind of line up of eyesight so we remember we have them in case we need them. Do the normal stuff with general abilities that I really want are. And let's edit his spell list here a bit. We will pop these and we'll put extra. Do long buffs over here in the control row. Attacks.
Only you deserve my obedience.
You get anything? You got head chomper. Start him. I'm gonna put this over here. Now we're not gonna use that. Shield bash. I'm gonna leave that on.
Who? Me?
We might turn shield bash off, which will turn weapon fighting with shield off, if we notice that we're missing a lot with wind. But we'll give her an opportunity to try it out first.
Knowledge is the key to victory.
Oh, it looks like, oh, that's us. We
What's
would
on
have
your
finished
mind?
us.
I wonder.
Do. Looks good. See spells. Don't. So we're gonna go shorter buffs. Now this is a longer buff. I think I want her blades over here though, so I remember when we need them.
We will win this war.
Should have one hand. We're gonna switch the lamp hand over here. Yes. I am gonna look at something real quick. Alright. The YouTube window was acting odd. I want to make sure stream was actually up and running. And we are going to continue on our merry little way. Not going to heal us right now. Maybe we'll just do that when we stop at the... And here we are, Tiefling HQ. Brother Woljif, you got my message then. Sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, dear Sister Charisme. It was just one thing after another. First I was in shackles, next... Well, no, I was still in shackles, and I was being watched. And then the chief got me out. And I came here straight away. I knew you'd been waiting on me. Enough talking, or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guard, there was time to get away, but what happened? That bitch Yeribeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Somebody betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. You think Woljif knows the name of the traitor? He speaks. I thought Woljif only brought you so he'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. Yes, he knows the name of the traitor. Every gang that Brother Woljif has been a part of has very quickly come to an end. Their hideout location was passed to the guards, or their competitors found out where they could ambush them. Woljif is the only one who always comes out smelling of roses. If you think about it, you'll come to the same conclusion as us. Canabras is burning. Why are you squabbling here instead of fleeing the city? I'd be glad to leave, like the rest of my brothers and sisters, but in the family, there's nothing worse than betrayal, and it's something we do not forgive. We don't forgive anyone who lets traitors off the hook, either. And if I don't find the rat, my superiors, let's just say, I'll wish I was burning in Canabras. I want to keep living, so I'm going to take a chance. Until I find out who the traitor is, no one's leaving. Woljif, tell us your side of the story. What happened? What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Charisme got 6 of us together in this very basement. Me and those 5 over there, I mean. She rounds us up and she says we've got a score. Ancient trees and wonders. One place nobody's ever been able to hit. The place that's guarded by a golem. But now, a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession, along with a tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us know a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny. So we're in. And the most important thing was that none of us was to be hanging about the shop ahead of the jump. No casing the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. This job was top secret. It's all true so far. Go on. We did everything right, with the locks and the golem. I picked the lock, I remember it clear as day. Sister Dalna was on lookout. Brother Millerin had the scroll. Doffy, Tabby, and Varner brought the sacks. We covered the windows and lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in a sack, and one right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under a table after it, and the next thing I know, Irbeth was there. Everybody scampered. But I was still under that table. Not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but then those blockheads were dragging me out by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth, and to add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything? Where's the Moon of the Abyss, Brother Woljif? What is the Moon of the Abyss? It was an amulet. It used to sit on a little cushion in the window of Ancient Trees and Wonders. Sterling silver, sparkled like a star, fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon, you know, a crescent, a waning moon, and in the middle there was a dark crystal, like it was eclipsing the moon. Old Man Fileman was so proud of that amulet. He used to say, "I'll never sell it. It's the jewel of my collection." I used to go there and see what kinds of treasures there were in the world. There's nothing else to look at in Connectus. People used to claim it was a powerful thing. Who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you the second you tried to fence. Everybody knew that you were always hanging around Ancient Trees and Wonders, drooling over the Moon of the Abyss. Did you think you could swipe it in all the commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we'd all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free with a fancy trinket to boot? Don't take me for a mug, Woljif. I see right through you. Why would Irbeth arrest her own informant? Took the words right out of my mouth. Doesn't make any sense. If I was the rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand and been long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fella, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family? So the fish in the cellar can have a nice Woljif-sized dinner? The Moon of the Abyss is a pretty bauble, to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It ain't worth dying. You knew Irbeth's people would protect you. You knew you could pin the moon going missing on them. And now you've come here with backup. You knew exactly what I was going to say to you. Only problem is, nobody's returned the amulet to Fileman. Are you giving Irbeth a cut? Is that it? You've seen her. Do you think she'd take a cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bought. She's like 3 heralds of Iomedae all rolled into one. Speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who will take bribes. Sorry to say, but Irbeth Tirbe doesn't work. Go on, Woljif. That's the whole story. Some family this turned out to be. Just a name in the end. In a real family, people take each other at their word. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the Moon of the Abyss. What am I going to do with it? Can't sell it to no crusaders. Special item. Can't wear it, it'll get nicked. Pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's that important to you, Sister Charisma, I'll find it. I'll drag the traitor here by his horns, just so you don't end up in the bottom of the cellar. But do you know what you're going to owe me for that? An apology. Right here, in front of everyone, you're going to apologize loud and clear so everybody hears it. You'll say, "Sorry, Woljif, you're a good guy, and I was wrong about you." Fine. You're one of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. But if you run, Brother Woljif, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup, every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the family's come for you. You'll have no peace. But one day, you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath, and that's when we'll get you. Got that? You away with words, Sister Carius May. A way that almost made me wet myself, but a way nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go chat to that scary girl, gal Irbeth. She knows you a little, and we can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. Yeah, we'll find the real traitor. And I'll get my apology. Onward to Irbeth, Chief. Let's clear my good name. Root out the traitor, but be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Alright, well, let's go steal all the stuff from the Thieflings that we can right now. They have some more stuff that we're not going to be able to get to. Get what we can while the getting's going. And then, yeah, let's give ourselves a little bit of a heal here.
You can trust me.
And throw on. Now we'll head right back to Defender's Heart, where we just were. I do like the little sliding horsey. Miniature icon.
Watch out for trouble.
Alright, and the only one who has a conversation that's been updated that we're interested in here, Beth. We will stop by and just sell junk because it's best to not carry junk. Any success? How's the city? There's a trader I'm trying to track down. Who is your informant among the thief? Nautilus is threatened by a demon horde. And you have enough spare time to help out thieves? I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me the note, and disappeared. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face, but the long horns didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian Gollum in Ancient Trees and Wonders. The shop they tried to rob? Owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The Gollum itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact. You can interrogate the thing about what it saw. The code word is Hand of Iori. The shop's owner must have escaped, but there's a chance he'll get lucky with it. Alright, have to go. Do anything with our journal here? No, we didn't. Let's just clear all this stuff up quick. That we know what's new and get something new.
Keep your calm.
Oh, I forgot to sell our stuff. We're probably going to be frequently balancing, trying not to go heavy, because it sucks to walk. I don't want. I do want it. There. Didn't make a lot of money, but a little bit. Currently, we're saving up 9,300 for the ice plant ring. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's the one that gives us an extra +2 if we have ice plant. Now, off to Ancient Trees and Wonders. The reason we stuck Endog back here is, you know, for cases like, well, this one, I guess not like this one because we don't have anyone. But we want her to be able to protect the people from enemies coming in the room. So we're going to have her go after this guy, I think. And because she moved, she only gets the one attack.
I shall survive this ordeal.
It's just great that they got to start in range.
No glory without risk.
Of people we don't want them to swing at it. So we'll still get a sneak attack here because this guy hasn't moved yet. Didn't hit with it. Let's see. We'll just try to frost him. Threatened a critical on him, but it didn't really do anything. We're not going to use Protective Luck for a fight like this. So we're just going to get people in there. Looks like our bite's going to come into play here too, so we'll get one attack with a sword, one attack with a shield, and a bite. Couple hits. One hit anyways.
This will leave a bruise. The Inheritor, guide my blade.
And obviously she is not currently armored
you or
enough
zap
to
you?
be
Why not
being
both?
targeted by.
The spirits demand your blood.
Come on, guys.
No match for me.
Seala's probably going to drop here.
I'll just sit here. Don't worry about me.
We'll give her... I mean, we could have been using Lay on Hands with her, but... I kind of want to save those. We will go ahead and use
Death
another
is life's final surprise.
actual cast, though, here.
Well,
I need to concentrate.
Have anyone else that
Prove I
has?
am the best.
Assuming she's got the... We're just gonna do this until everyone's green. Good enough. There aren't any real fights coming up here, but I am intending to go all the way to Market Square and I mean, do the majority of the fights actually in Market Square without resting and with the cooldowns that we currently. In we go. Two perception checks to one of them. Let's go get the pipe fox, or we
There
go
are
get the
many
other one.
roads to success.
Since it's going to give somebody a bonus. And who has... Don't. Woljif? Oh, Wendu has her. Wendu, yeah, okay. Well, we'll give her the pipe fox as well.
I crave your commands.
So the nice thing here, anyway, that you'll see is for her perception check, now she's getting 2 from the Pike Fox because it's insight, and 2 from Head Chopper because that's morale. And also 2 from her Lizard Familiar. So half of her perception check is currently made up of just of things we've found or her familiar. I guess all little animals, maybe we should say that. Grab this other one. Go grab Finnean. You, free at last. I thought I'd be flattened like a pancake under that rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is still fogged. What's with all the hubbub in the city? My name is Finnean. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. You're a Pathfinder? That's right. Finnean Dismar, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wound wherever my tasks lead me, scouting mostly. But this last while, I've just been hanging around in Canabras, waiting until I'm needed. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes for better lodging than some inn. What I meant was, what are you? What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from? Is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Kelids of the Star Eye clan fled when the World Wound troubles began. But I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. Or did you mean to ask me about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I'm best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me a phantom blade. A phantom blade? What's that? It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and it can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments, doesn't take up space either. Although, to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places. And they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave a few survivors. The city is under attack by demons. Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. Then the guards came, everyone was running around, and after that it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. If there are demons in Canabras, we must do something about it. The city needs every blade it can get. Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone, and besides, the more the merrier. How'd you end up in the shop? Yeah, I've been here so long I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders, but it looks like everyone forgot about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here. Alright, I'll take you with me. I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party's missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word. So, there are lots of things the party's missing, but I don't know which one we really need most. I think I'll probably have him be a short bow for Woljif here, so we don't have quite so many people trying to get into melee. And then we'll probably look at, you haven't picked up info. Okay. Good. Oh, I suppose we should run through his other line of station here. Hail to the adventurers. You know, I've never regretted following you. Everyone seems to revolve around you, like beavers in a mill wheel. I'll have a lot to write about in my report to the Pathfinder Society. Although thinking about it, it's been a while since I sent them any reports. Tell me about the Pathfinder Society. Oh, well, sometimes folks curse our names, calling us opportunists, who just want to line our pockets, but that's only part of it. We're travelers, explorers, solvers of mysteries, and finders of evil. I mean, good coin hasn't hurt anybody yet, but for folks like me, it's not what matters most. We're curious to see the world, play a part in everything, stick our nose everywhere. Getting into our circle isn't easy. First, you must prove that you can endure any place you're sent to, that you won't shy away or flee. That's why you'll never catch a long line of applicants outside any society lodge. Every lodge has a venture captain, and if they approve your application, you're in. And there are many lodges all over the world, but the main one, the Grand Lodge, is located far away in Absalom. I've never been there myself, but I've heard a lot of stories about it, and about the Decemvirate that governs all Pathfinder affairs from there. I want to talk about you. Sure, go ahead, although I haven't really done anything with it yet. Do you realize you're a weapon? What kind of question is that? I mean, sure, the clerics keep going on about every crusader being a weapon of Iomedae, but I don't like speaking of myself in fancy words like that. I'm just a lad with 2 arms, 2 legs, and more freckles than I'd like. I choose where to go and whom to fight for. I don't want to be someone's weapon, you hear? Aridin is dead. Now everybody decides their own. How did you become a Pathfinder? I've always wanted to be one. Ever since I was a kid. I remember I'd go to the edge of the village at sunset and then just keep walking until I got tired or someone dragged me back by my ear. It was like something was drawing me away from home. My clan wasn't the nomadic kind before the wound opened. The idea of traveling anywhere would never have crossed the mind of any of my clan. They were content with their community on their patch of land. But I had always wanted to see what lay beyond that bend in the road, over that familiar hill, beyond the horizon. My father, he wanted to teach me to be a shaman like him. But as soon as I came of age, I was off looking for the Pathfinder Society. I found it, in Iz, after 3 weeks of travel on foot. I passed their trials and they accepted me. My father hasn't spoken to me since, but that's alright. Once he hears of my great deeds, he'll come around. Someday. All I wanted was to rush off to some faraway land and find a treasure trove no one else had discovered yet. But I knew I had a duty to Sarkoris. Then the wound opened, the demons, the havoc. In the end, I never went anywhere. But as soon as things calmed down, I'm setting off to explore Aslan. I've already decided. Great ancient ruins. That's my kind of life. Being surrounded by the wreckage here is depressing. I'm sure you know. You remember anything before you ended up in Canabras? I mean, a lot of things happened. I remember how everyone was happy when the Wardstone was placed in Canabras. That was some celebration. And I remember when the cultists took me, cut down my whole party, and dragged me off to the ringleader. I don't know his name, everyone just called him the Bladesmith. But after that, my memory's all fuzzy. For some reason, he didn't sacrifice me or anything, just knocked me around. Said he'd been looking for a phantom blade for a long time. I don't remember why. How I escaped. What I did, I can't remember that either. Some crusader picked me up in the world wound, brought me to this, and that's where I stayed, licking my wounds. Maybe there was a mix-up, and now they think I'm dead? Why else would none of them contact me this time? The Wardstone, you say? What you're describing happened decades ago. That's rich. Next you're gonna tell me I've been sleeping for decades. Last year, that was. Well, maybe the year before last? I couldn't have been wandering the wound that long. I would have been either dead or an old geezer by now. And I quit messing with you. Finnean, you need to understand you're not human anymore. Hey, are you feeling alright? Maybe you need to have a lie down. I'm standing right here in front of you. Poke me if you like, as human as they come. Or do you think my travels have worn me down so much I've become an animal? Not happening. My folks taught me to stay human always, no matter the circumstances. To remember who I am, and never to shame my ancestors. Are you still able to commune with spirits? Maybe I can. Only they don't want to answer me. I'm still a spiritualist, a phantom blade. My power is within me, but I have this feeling like I'm separated from the spirit world by some kind of transparent wall. I keep knocking, but no one can hear me. I guess all the bladesmith's torture did a number on me. He broke something inside. Let's talk about something else. Go for it. And that's all we've got for now. Now it's time for Gollum Chatting. Master, code word. And Viori. Correct. Awaiting orders. Where did you come from? Who created you? This golem was created by Gaffrin and Son. Address: third building on the right, Jeweler's Alley, Neuroshian, Endev. Model G504E, which stands for Experimental and Enhanced. For all inquiries, contact Mr. Gaffrin. Tell me about any suspicious people who came to the shop in the last week. 56 individuals entered the shop. Human, female, old. Gnome, male, old. Human, female. He'll be reeling off customers till nightfall. We need to ask it in a different way. Were any of the suspicious people tieflings? Tieflings, 3. Tiefling male, middle-aged. Tiefling male, young. Female, young. Describe the female team. Tiefling female, above average height, hair, long, pale. Pale, not observed. Long horns. Eye color, blue. Special observations, scar on nose. Aldrich with gold stitching. I don't know that one. A new arrival, most likely. Gold stitching, eh? Wouldn't mind getting to know her a little better. Describe the young male tiefling, male, medium height, short horns curling backward, medium length tail, eye color, yellow, hair color, Black. Special observations. Annoyed master. Horns, hair, tail. That sounds like me, but it's not possible. I know what the security's like here. I didn't come near the place. I give you my word, Chief. No special observations. Subject was unremarkable. There, see? Can't have been me. Describe the middle-aged male tiefling. Tiefling, male. Medium height. Long horns. Medium length tail. Eye color. Pale blue. Skin color. Dark. Special observations. Red hair. Oh, that's our traitor. I'd bet your life on it. Harris may drilled it into our heads that we weren't to go hanging around the shop. Red hair. Got a couple gingers, and plenty more who get it out of a bottle. So much for a special observation. Gollums ain't all they're cracked up to be, eh? Maybe its master knows more. Yeah. Where is your master? Philemon Fruletarios, my master, is in his hiding place. Revealing the location of the hiding place is prohibited. Prohibited. He likely hold himself up in the basement when it started. Entrance should be around here somewhere. Where's the basement in this place? The basement is below me. I guard the basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. Alright, we found out everything we need to know. And we'll do a save here because athletics check. Those cause us to get fatigued very quickly. That one doesn't drive us directly to being fatigued, but it does push us closer to making more fatigue checks.
Oh.
What are we rolling here anyway?
That happened.
We only have a +2. We need to roll 14. We can slightly increase that. We actually can increase that enough so that that would have been a pass. By taking her. So 4, 1, how do you that? This is a fairly high roll we're looking for.
Damn. It's just not.
Oh, Sela.
Damn. It's just not. This was simple enough.
There we go. We'll pop back over. The other checks in this location, I actually don't really care if we fail, but should make the intimidation along with this guy pretty. Looks like we
I
can't
hope
fail
you
that lockpick.
appreciate this.
Marauders, bandits, scavengers. Shut it, or you'll pay for your insults with your life. The Eagle Watch have probably caught up with the bandits by now, and you won't get off lightly either, you can be sure of that. You, Woljif, you dirty little sneak thief. You've been sniffing around my shop for years. Finally worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here. You and your pals have taken everything already, I'm sure. My name is Philemon Fruletarios. I was owner of this shop, but I'm not sure I can claim to be the owner of anything now. I hope there's at least something left of it. Oh, come off it. Your shop's fine. It's a bit ransacked, maybe, but Nothing a bit of spit and polish can't fix. Where were you the night of the robbery? I think I robbed my own shop? I was here, in the basement. I was told to make it look like I'd left. The Watch was very keen to get their hands on those tieflings. They seem to be multiplying all over Galarian. So of course I did everything they said, and I have been stuck in the basement since then. The golem wouldn't move away from the door no matter how much I yelled at it. But then I thought that it was all to the good. Somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the tieflings that have visited Ancient Trees and Wonders recently. Should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from the City Guard or the Eagle Watch. Chief, if he keeps digging his heels in, you just say the word. I know how to loosen his tongue. But we should be able to do this intimidate check here. We need to roll a 5. Yep. Alright. Just put that away. I'll tell you everything. Ask your questions if it's so important. Tell me about the Tiefling woman. Tiefling woman? Ah, yes, I remember her now. A noble lady, unlike the Tiefling ruffians we have around here. She purchased magical equipment for the crusade, and she promised to come again. Only all Tieflings were like that. I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. Tell me about Woljif. Woljif Jeffto, right? Yes, I've known him a long time, though I'd rather not know him at all. He's been skulking around my shop for years, treating the place like a free museum. He always wanted to look at the Moon of the Abyss. I'd chase him out, but he'd just slink back in again. If he was with that gang that robbed my shop, I'll bet anything he'd swipe the moon. I'm the prime suspect. Whoever betrayed us all, that's the one who's got the moon. I want to see it returned too, you get me? I don't like the idea of other people's grubby mitts on it. Tell me about the red-haired tiefling. Red-haired tiefling? I suppose, yes, there was one who came in. Spent a long time looking around. He was a person of modest means. I could tell by his clothes. But he asked me to show him an Aasimar-made chainmail. Certainly couldn't afford that. That's when I suspected that something was off. I checked everything after he left, but nothing was missing. That put my mind at ease. I can't remember what he looked like. I didn't get a good look at his face. All I remember is that he was wrapped in a green cloak like it was freezing. That's all I have. That's it. With that description, we'll surely sniff him out. Come on, Chief, back to Sister Carismaid. We go. They have a good, long, shifty at all my brothers and put all these clues together. Something tells me our traitor isn't going to wriggle out of this one. Alright, well, I found out everything I wanted to know. Got everything here, so let's head back to the road. And we could technically head back to, I guess, either the Thiefling's Hideout to finish that quest, or Defender's Heart to talk to Hilor. He'd have more conversation for us now that we have Finnean. But we're going to go to Market Square. Some fighting. We're not going to go to this right now. Our current route is going to be go to Market Square, run around to Market Square, go to the wine cellar, run around in the wine cellar, come back to the library, and then from the library we can teleport back to Defender's Heart. So the next time we leave after we teleport from Defender's Heart, we'll grab this Fallen Horn. Oh, there's a little dretch. We'll charge him.
I'll tear your throat out.
Zero damage. Just what I like to see. See any other enemies.
Cover me, all right?
They'll just gang up on the little guy. We've got a whole nother turn before he gets to do anything.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
They'll beg me to stop.
I don't think they're gonna beg you into. I thought I was gonna get him there.
Into the fray!
He doesn't have any loot, so we'll just get on out of here. And Market Square. So the primary goal on this visit to Market Square is to kind of mill around until we have enough experience to hit level 4. We're going to do that primarily by, I guess, going through any quests that we have and trying to get those cleared up. Save her real quick here, right back at the... I think it should have autosaved there, so it should be alright, but... Case. Kind of seems weird that Windu has the most Arcana, but that's what it is. Woljif, why don't you shoot this guy up here? I'm supposed to hit him though. I don't think these guys will attack us. I can't remember how this Ambertown Halo works precisely, but I think he's going to go after these guys. Oh, Woljif, you can't hit anything. Oh, nope, he's going after us. So, he was able to hit us on a 16 there, means we should turn our defensive back on and probably drop this on him. Stop. He's not that close to dead yet. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's see if we can roll around to the back here with what I do. We weren't going to be able to attack him anyway, so it's not that big.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Distract them for me.
Drop this off. Now we should be alright. He shouldn't be able to hit us. Now he starts targeting the other guy. So now I actually don't want to
wide open.
that up even. Let's shoot the dredge.
So it comes to this.
The light! Thank you!
Okay. One dredge left and he's not
Time
in
to
good
share your
shape.
treasures.
He's dead. No loot for us there though, so we'll back over. And I want to get him some health.
I heed the voice of the spirits. Open your heart to me.
There we go.
Time to practice my combat abilities.
Couple more dredges up here.
You've made your choice.
That was a horrible shot. I guess we're gonna delay here. I don't know. Fine, we can go after him.
Cover me, all right?
Drop some protected luck on our elk.
Into the fray!
We're gonna smash a drill chop.
They'll beg me to stop!
Let's see if we can get one before they attack.
No fear!
I doubt it. Yeah, he didn't have the damage to get through his resistance.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
I'm actually not gonna. Yeah, we'll just try to.
Spirits
Tear
demand
him
your
up here.
blood.
I'll rip you apart!
And now we're gonna head straight for Ember. After we get that loot.
We'll make this quick.
I don't... Listen, we don't have a choice. There are demons everywhere. What else would you have us do?
In Iomede's name, we're sorry, girl, but it is our duty. We have to do this, not for our own sake, but for the sake of everyone who can still be saved from the demons. If we don't win this battle, you won't have long to live anyway.
They're insane! We've got to do something!
I understand. You're scared. You feel powerless. You think this will help. You don't have to justify yourselves to me. Just do what you've decided to do.
So, I mean, we could select the evil option, but I'm not going. What's going on here?
We...
Our weapons barely scratch the demon's hides. We're sacrificing this girl to Iomede so we can consecrate our weapons with her innocent blood and gain the power to destroy the spawn of the abyss.
That's not how it works.
It's extreme, but we have no other choice. We have to defend this city somehow, or else we'll all perish, including her.
So we're gonna intimidate them. I think we still fail on a 1, even though our intimidate score is over, or is what we need to succeed.
Whoa, whoa, no need for that.
Please, don't fight. All of you are good people, defenders of the city. Please don't hurt them. They just made a mistake.
And we got 54
gone.
experience.
And they all lived. I was sure that someone would die today. So many people have died here already. But we are still alive for some reason. Strange, isn't it? But you shouldn't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a silly girl, really.
I don't trust her. She isn't what she seems, what she would have us believe she is. That is no simple-minded child before us.
Who are you?
Call me Ember. I live here, on the streets, for many years now. But there's nothing to say about me.
I don't think you're an ordinary girl. That crow you have there, it's not ordinary either.
No, don't be silly. I'm very ordinary. Well, I know different types of tricks, but Soot taught me those. Now Soot here, she truly is unusual. She's clever and she can talk, but only to me. She teaches me magic tricks and lots of other stuff. I don't know what I'd do without her.
Magic tricks, you say? You could prove useful when fighting the demons, and I'll be able to protect you from insane soldiers on the streets. Come with me.
I must have misheard. This girl? Join our party? What could we possibly want with this dirty little beggar?
Sure, let's go.
Way to just ignore Camellia, Ember.
This war must end.
Alright, let's fix her up real quick here. I'm gonna put the dash. soot out. Guess we'll put this over here. Oops, that's not working. Wait here. Put this one over. Take a look. Oh, she has all of her spells. When I've been kind of playing around and testing this area on Fair, frequently she only has Burning Hands, so she doesn't have these other three. I don't really know why that happens, but I have reported it a while back as maybe they fixed it already, actually. And we're going to do attacks right here, we're going to do healing over here, and Mage Armor in the corner. And actually, we want to cast Mage Armor right away on our Donkey Elk thing, whatever this is.
Yes.
Also want to fix this up real quick. Just do that. Alright, let's go fight some rats. We don't need that on. Like we have a surprise round against the rats. Busted in and caught them unawares.
Distract them from me.
I can charge him. We'll try it and see if we blow up. Okay, we didn't go in the trap.
No, what is that? Ha!
Hey! Surrender, or else!
Nice job, Ember. So, on turn-based mode, they do have to sit on you for a full round before they can damage you. So, as long as we move him before this rat's next turn and are out of range, it won't cause us any damage. Same with all of the rest of the rats. So we really shouldn't take any damage from rat swarms. Until you start getting to those swarms that can use you and make it so you can't. Things of that sort. And what I like to do is kind of start moving people back and forth in order to try to force attacks of opportunity as well for whoever the rats are chasing around. Let's see. I'm gonna put her more centralized so she can get an opportunity.
You are today's sacrifice!
I will want her out.
Too late for apologies!
We'll have him come back across here. He's two. Well, I don't know where the feared one
I'll
was, but
just have to resort to brute force.
the other one should run right through the middle of us and cause a lot of attacks. You can get 3 attacks. And now we've got 3 pretty low
Glory without risk!
rat swarms left over here. I'm actually just gonna pass until they come up.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
There we go. Let's pop this open. Later we will come back and deal with this circle and the friendly neighbor that's contained within it. Kind of like Mr. Rogers. Spider-Man.
I am helpful, am I not?
Back to the streets. Alright, Mr. Elk. Defensive fighting back on, and in you go. Let's shoot him. Oh, we're a little bit too far out with her. What kind of armor are we wearing with her right now? Medium. If we had light armor or no armor, we probably would have been able to make that charge from her.
So it comes to this.
Because he's going to be taking a lot of swings here, we'll give him protective luck for this first round, sure. Ember, can you reach this guy? It'll show red if we... Oh, there, now it does. Try this guy then. Technically, these barbarian guys are going to have the best chance to hit us.
Time to share your treasures!
See, they actually have kind of a chance. I mean, they're still rolling. 2d20, hoping both rolls are over 16. Not really a good chance, but kind of focus our damage over here on him. We failed our sleep attempt on him. Help one more protective luck here. That one's technically already dead, though he's an orc. He'll have one more round of, I guess, one swing, and then he'll die. Why am I on one guy? The other guy? There. That one goes down, so Sela is gonna try to coup de grace him next turn. We're choosing Sela because she has a ×3 crit weapon. Let's see here. Shoot
Cover me,
this
all
one.
right?
We should probably actually have him start shooting at the mage up there.
I'll rip you apart!
And I probably should have moved her so she could have gotten range of both of them. Have one hit point left or something?
You've
I
made
would have
your
expected him
choice.
to die already. There he goes. So now I think we're just gonna stop casting Protective Luck and we'll have go after the archer. Shouldn't need it anymore. I mean, if we do take some damage, it's not gonna be... Let's do another slumber here. Oh. So the mage is immune to slumber. I don't see any real reason why we should try to do it. archer there.
They'll beg me to stop.
No fear!
Pretty good touch AC there. 18 touch isn't bad at all. I'm gonna get closer to her when she tries to cast her. Ember. We don't really have just divine.
I'll hit you.
Not really a good cantrip for her to cast.
Into the fray!
And we've got the mage running scared. Or what is it, illusionist? Yeah. But they're running scared.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
I'll rip you apart!
Almost cleared all the mirror images.
Have to resort to brute force.
Don't go off the screen. Actually gonna fall back a little bit. Sometimes things get a little buggy in turn-based mode. They get your edge of the map there. Hey, come back. Right, now we'll go after him. Shot Ember. Actually, we should do up here and grab the find another magic symbol. Yeah. So technically this has one less armor class, but one more dexterity. You have next level we take in fighter. We're going to be able to use one dexterity of what the armor gives us. So at that point, these are still pretty equal armors, but this has a better armor check penalty, and so this is going to, well, against anything other than undead, I guess the Crypt Raider's armor is still going to be a little bit better against them. A little bit of splitting hairs there, but I think I'd rather have her in the hide armor. Either way, they're still medium armor, so either of them is still restricting her high 10.
Ah, not this time. I am helpful, am I not?
But moving slightly slower is not the end of it. Alright, we're going to line up here next. Peek. We'll go after
Time of words has passed.
Whoever Woljif shoots here should he should get sneak attack again. If let's take here, stealth. Charge anybody. We're gonna have Windu go this way. Stealth, chin, go. Got one archer running away next turn. Oh, she's also in stealth. She's probably... Oh, she did make it, okay. He made his will save, though. Go ahead and up luck on him, at least for this first turn here. And we will shoot...
So, it comes to this!
At that archer. Take him out. Alright, we'll shoot this guy. No, I think we were gonna go over here. A wind do go up here. Oh, everybody's afraid now. Let's keep trying to make these guys fall asleep, though. We have someone in range to just execute them if they would go down, but they decided not to. She decided that she wasn't even scared. Interesting. Let's not be in stealth. I don't want to move up too far, just in case this guy decides he's not really scared either. Amelia's not really in shape yet to have people swing at her.
You've made your choice.
At some point she will be, but not quite yet. That guy, there is another attack or combat going on over here, so that guy will probably join that other... Oops, I didn't mean that. That guy will probably join that other combat and not ever come back this direction. 2 for 3, Windu, that's not bad.
The light, take you!
That guy, I think, is dead. We'll go ahead and try to make this little gnome go to sleep. Oh, it's a halfling. I think it probably is a halfling, actually. Though until they're not flanking our elk, we'll keep protective luck up on them. After this guy takes his next turn and dies, he probably won't need it.
No fear!
Or we'll just consider it good enough and not use it. Oh, no, he's coming back.
Distract them for me.
A great shot, Will. We'll have Windu go get this
No match
rookie
for
marauder
me.
here. We're not even having her use defensive stance here, and she's still 27 armor class. 30, I would say, is you really want to be aiming for right around or at least 30 in this area. If she had defensive stance on, we have 3 ability. Yeah. So if she had defensive stance on, she technically would have 30 right.
No glory without risk!
We're gonna try to cycle charge this guy, I think. He's got a pretty high armor class. We're gonna go back here and do it. And there's one guy left that we can just go ahead and try this on to see if we can get rid of him quick. Dead. Run Camellia over there. Actually, can we get...
Go for their hearts!
Do that. We'll have, gosh, we're out of... I guess we'll have Sela start to rotate over there. I think everyone else is already in range of
Time
this
to share your
fighter.
treasures.
So that would mean he would get an attack of opportunity on us if we tried to coup de grace him while we're in range of somebody else.
I'll rip you apart!
So we'll still charge this turn, and what we'll do is we'll swing next turn and then just move around. Let's just try to shoot him, I
You
guess.
won't stop us. I'll cut you wide open.
I don't think he is. He has 18. So yeah, I'm not
I'll just
that
have to
worried about
resort to
him
brute
rolling
force.
over an 18. And I think what we'll do with him is we'll actually do this because better chance to hit. So like this.
Cover me, all right?
He's in position to do 2 attacks next. So Windu, I'm half debating, at least for this
Into
guy,
the fray.
taking her off. Whoops. I tried to search him, maybe? That I didn't mean to do.
Surrender or else! The spirits demand your blood!
But I mean, we're making pretty good progress again.
So it comes to this.
Maybe I won't. I think changing Woljif will probably
Stab
be
you or
enough.
zap you? Why not both?
No match for me.
Alright. And we'll go ahead and do the coup de grace next turn. With Sila. Oh, he got up. That's too bad.
Distract them for me.
Took a little bit too long getting over to him.
I'll rip you apart.
The light take you.
Where can we charge from? We can attempt to charge. I don't know if these
Too
I
late
don't know,
for
boards
apologies.
on the ground here are going to count as difficult terrain and make it so that we can't charge them, but we'll give her the old college try.
You've made your choice.
Time to share your treasures.
There we go. Let's grab some loot here. Cart full of loot. Other people's possessions, anyway. We're gonna come back this way and get in this other fight over here. No charges available. That's right.
They'll beg me to
Just run up there, Windu. And the elk has very long range, so he's almost guaranteed to be able to charge from some bolt. Wondering why I wasn't getting any options.
Cover me, all right?
Shoot that directly into the dirt. That's really what we want out of you, Woljif. Alright, let's see what we can do with sleep here again. Try the barbarian first. Nothing doing there. So I could charge Windu, or I could charge our elk. But no one else. I don't think I want to charge either of those people. That guy is... Oh, he must have hit him with Ray of Sickening. No, that's Shaken, sorry. Shaken and Sicken look a lot alike as far as the debuff goes. Got him. Wendy's gonna head for the cleric. Probably kill the archer on the way, but cleric's the one we are, I mean, I don't know if I would say
Stabby,
worried
zappy.
about, but
Why not both?
the one that's able to do some damage to us. With that darn channel negative energy. That an ember. Maybe he'll just choose to throw javelins at us instead, though. I guess those could be darts. I don't know if there's a difference in the visual representation of darts and javelins.
No match for me.
Oh, Woljif, can you shoot this
Distract
guy?
them for me.
Hit him. No, I think you shot that house. That's not at all what I wanted you to do. Alright, Ember, run over here. Now he's switched to... Oh, he's not doing much damage to us at all with that.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
They do a lot more when they... Oops. I thought we were all done there. Oh, there's someone who's, sleeping. Not for long, but...
You're a good person. I like you.
I wasn't trying to click on you, Ember. I was trying to loot from all the dead people. What are you looking at, soldier? Like what you see? Where are you? There's no point in you. Trust me, answer would only bring you misfortune. It still wouldn't be of any use to you. I'm a wanderer you won't ever meet again. But who wounded you? I mean, you notice the city's burning. There's a battle going on. I was wounded by a cultist. Her wounds are so strange. Not at all like mine. They burned me from the outside, but you were burned from within, I think. It hurt, didn't it? Yes, I can see that it hurt. Sorry that happened to you. So we are going to take this. We need to roll a 16. Oh, we actually succeeded. I wasn't expecting that. We know that she's a drow. I guess I didn't give us anything really, but what's with your appearance? Oh, now I can say she's a drow. A demon's handiwork. Some shrieking spawn flew across the sky, raining corruption down upon us. I was caught in the attack. It's fine, it'll go away soon. Yeah, you're a drow, aren't you? You have a keen eye for these things. Don't you, soldier? You guessed correctly. I am a drow. But don't think that gives you the right to judge me. There's much you don't know about me, and never will know. Believe me, it's for your own good. I know who you are. You're Kaelessa, a cultist of Discari. It's a lie. I loathe demons, and I'll kill any that I come across. We need a 4 for perception here. Succeeded. She's clearly holding something back, but she's not lying. You're not lying, but you're not telling me the whole truth. What was I supposed to pour my heart out? You have your war, soldier. I have mine. You're fighting chaos and madness, and I'm fighting lies and hypocrisy. But we're both willing to die for our cause, aren't we? Why would Thorn slander you? You're asking questions that are dangerous in and of themselves. I urge you to stop. The more you know about me, the higher the chance that a traitor's dagger will find your way into its back. Or will find its way into your back. I believe you. Thorn is at the Defender's heart. You should keep clear of that place. Never my intention to go there. Farewell. Thank you for believing me. We've let Kaelessa off the hook here. I think there's a perception check.
What do we have here?
There we go. And now what we're doing is we're going to drop all the armor we're carrying. That's heavy. Actually, let me take a look at this shield real. I just want to... If it's one of the ones... Oops. No, I don't want that. Up all the non-magic. Guess we're going to keep the magic. But there's still a lot of weight on us currently. Let me turn around and head this direction. Alright, this is an area we're going to save scum if we fail, because we all get fatigued if we don't get this.
Well, that happened.
I think we failed it. We definitely failed it. So yeah, we're all fatigued. We don't want that. I guess, except for our elk. He was still feeling chipper. So we'll pull our armor off again just to try to give us the best chance possible getting through this.
Call me again if you need to.
I think she made it that time. Yep. Alright. Put our armor on. Save it in case we do silly. Or, you know, maybe we run across the bridge and roll all ones for a long time. That could technically happen as well.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
Let's delay a bit here until we can have our elk wander further in there. Or, I guess, have these guys wander towards us. I'm going right past the elk. I do think we're going to just try to take care of these right away. Elk goes. No reason to try to put any of these guys to sleep. We're just going to shoot them. And we're going to have her wait till after wind. Because there were definitely some non-seeable bugs.
No match for me.
There we go. Alright, can we charge any of these guys?
No
Oh, we can reach them.
without risk!
Oh, where is he going? Okay, he is coming towards us. Once in a while, they'll, like, run all the way up here and join that other fight up there. Oh, we'll do this. I think they're gonna really kind of be dead before we get back to it. There'll be any threat, really, but...
Cover me, all right?
Woljif, shoot this one.
Surrender, or else!
You too, Ember. You too, our
just
character.
have to resort to brute force.
I'll rip you apart!
I think we try to
The
hit the fly
Inheritor,
then.
guide my blade!
Oh, the centipede got to Sela. That sucked. Not the end of the world, but
The spirits demand your blood.
not really sure why they decided to just run around Windu. Entirely ignore her.
Too late for apologies.
So it comes to this.
We'll just try to gank the fly here.
They'll beg me to stop!
Apparently, not doing so well on that front.
Into the fray!
Well, I guess we'll see. Okay. I was pretty sure I'm gonna get hit here. I just don't want to get the disease from the fly. You're sure none of these
You
archers
made
are
your
gonna
choice.
hit, though. There we go. What does... Yeah, okay, she made her saving throw against it there. Before I could figure out whether it was worth trying to heal it with religion. We're gonna go up here first.
You'll make a fine trophy.
Help these guys out with their battle against centipedes.
You are today's sacrifice!
Wait,
I'll hit you!
Did I mess up again?
yes, you
No
did see that.
glory without risk!
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
No match for me.
Oh, like I already got 2 attacks. Let's grab some stuff. Get back down here. My beloved brother, I admire your zeal. Yes, but would you not agree this is hardly the time to be standing guard over a hole that no one will ever emerge from? Or perhaps you're concerned that someone will decide to go for a nighttime stroll and accidentally fall into it. Such foresight is laudable, but do you really need so many soldiers for the task? Can't your warriors be put to better use, for instance, fighting demons or clearing rubble while the people trapped beneath it might still be alive? Don't you dare call me brother, heretic. How dare you accuse me of doing nothing to protect this city, especially now when followers of your temple were caught committing treason. In my mind, you are no different than the demon worshippers. Those miscreants, those beasts that are digging under the city walls. Everyone knows, my dearest prelate, that in your zealous pursuit of order in the city, you have long since forgotten how to tell friend from foe, and good from evil. That's what happened with my adepts, whose act of treason was a genuine attempt to save the city. And yet again, I am forced to repeat myself. While we were wasting time on pointless quarrels, people are dying under the rubble in our city. People whom we could have saved, if you had only set your soldiers to the task, and not kept them here, surrounding a useless and utterly harmless hole. Harmless? Well, if it's on your say-so, then that must mean there's something down there. Your associates, no doubt. And they're just waiting for us to abandon our posts before they slink out and try again. And you, I remember you. You appeared in my city the day the demons attacked and Trundle died. What are you doing here? Answer at once, or I'll have you strung up by your ankles before you know it. Don't think that the demons have wounded me. I still have enough strength to take on 100 of your sort. What is this hideous creature? We call ourselves the Neithers. Our forebears bore the brunt of the demon's first strike, and thanks for their sacrifice, you sent them into the catacombs. But now that the demons are mauling you in the streets, you need allies, even hideous ones like us. Mongrels? Descendants of the Crusaders? Feral specimen, no doubt. You obviously know human speech, surprisingly well, in fact. Alright, let's be off with you. If she causes any trouble, I shall hold you responsible. Come to think of it, you still haven't told me who you are. I'm a Crusader, fighting to liberate Canabras from the demons. A Crusader, you say? I'll be looking into that. You obviously don't know to whom you are speaking. I'm the one who decides who's a Crusader and who's a traitor in this city. Ulrin Shapak, prelate of Canabras, by the grace of Her Majesty Queen Galfrey, and the city's defender against threats from within and without. And as we can see, you've done a sterling job protecting the city. I am Ramian of Edma, prior to the Temple of Desna, which alas, currently lies in ruins. Wise Holrin here believes it is vital to guard this hole in the ground from which he is certain to any moment. I've been trying to convince him that the city has far more urgent matters. For instance, rescuing those currently dying. You know what? There may in fact be one matter that is more important than guarding this hole. I've put it off, and look where it's led us. I should have had you hung from the gates back when you dared to defend your demon collaborators. If the Sarkorians had hanged Arilu Vorlish while they had the chance, there never would have been a war. I won't repeat their mistake. I won't hesitate any longer. Soldiers, seize this scum. Really, see reason. These are frightening times, but threatening to hang someone without trial? That's unworthy of a servant of Iomade. Lest you forget, girl, we may serve the same goddess, but you are not an inquisitor. Don't question the way I choose to serve Iomade, and I won't question yours. Well, I guess this isn't even good, but we are going to show him the light of heaven. Behold, Inquisitors, I bear the gift of an angel who died in the caves below Canabras. I'm no enemy of yours. You're telling the truth. The light in your hand was wrought by the power of heaven. I will keep an open mind with regard to you, stranger. And later, under less fractious circumstances, I would like to ask you about how you came to receive this gift. But that can wait. Now I must deal with this filth once. What precisely are you accusing Rami? Treason. Not long before the city was attacked, several followers from his temple tried to secretly access the Wardstone and perform an unknown ritual over it. The Wardstone of Canabras, the gift from Iomade, the bringer of light, brought by the hands of her herald, the first in the chain. And followers of that crazy runt of a goddess try to meddle with it using their magic, after hearing a voice in their ears. My soldiers almost had them caught when Ramian got in the way, allowing the traitors to go to the ground. I made a mistake. Didn't have him locked in a cell and interrogate him with an inch of his life. And now the city lies in ruins. Time to rectify that mistake. I told you before, and I'll tell you again. My people foresaw the attack on the city. They knew the Wardstone already carried the seed of corruption within itself. They were simply trying to heal it. I've heard similar claims before. Now, where was it? Ah, yes, from Staunton Vane, the traitor who brought down Dresden. The lessons of the past have taught us a great deal. That is why I never believed you, or your mob's lies even for a second. I was right. So we'll go ahead and say nothing. You're a fool, Holrin. You're a zealot and a murderer, but you're a fool first and foremost. I told you that the Wardstone was weak. Wouldn't listen. I warned you that the city was going to be attacked. You shooed me away. The truth is that my young adepts were trying to save the Wardstone, and you stopped them. Of course, those truly responsible for this tragedy are the demons, but you have done nothing to prevent it. And now you would still rather kill an innocent person, perish yourself, than admit that you are wrong, as always. He fled, the heretic. He is no doubt expecting me to rush off in pursuit, but that won't work on me. What about you? If you truly have been marked out for a gift from heaven, this is your chance to save the city. Go and bring back that filthy traitor. I'm almost certain that he and his cronies were helping the demons, either knowingly or unknowingly. Their attempt to bewitch the Ward Stone is clear proof. Ramian must be captured. I see you suffered greatly in battle. Nonsense. I had to deal with a brood of Navisus. It was nothing. I've taken on worse enemies with the goddess's help. We succeeded. Navisus are also known as death demons, having the ability to drain their victim's life force. And they drain it by a gaze. Judging by Holrun's pallor, he's lost a significant amount of his energy. The Inquisitor can bluster as much as he wants, but it's far from the peak abilities. Navisus. This prelate is mighty, sure enough. But a strong predator is tired and spent after defeating a rival, and becomes tempting prey for smaller hunters. But smaller predators in turn should ensure that they do not choose a target that is far superior to them. Weakness can be deceiving. What a city girl about wild predators. I was educated at home. My studies were most rigorous. We are going to go over the remainder of this later when we're coming back from Ramian and kind of resolving the quest. I have to go. Go then if you have to. It would be good if you could return with the head of that scum. I remember you. When Father and I arrived in the city, you met us. What is this gibberish? As if I have nothing better to do than arrange meetings with vagrants. But it's true. You and the other knights tied us to stakes and started lighting the bonfire. Father died, and then one of your knights changed his mind and pulled me from the flames. But then he died too. Don't you remember? If you were burned, then it was with good reason. You say some traitor helped you escape from the fire? That is a crime in itself, which means that you have been evading justice all these years. If it weren't for the invasion, I would review your case and see that your sentence was finally fulfilled. You're lucky that we have more important matters to deal with right now. He didn't look the way he does now, all wrinkled and gray. He was young with a big mustache. He probably forgot all about me. It was a long time ago. But I do want to say one thing. I'm not cross with him. This knight is a true hero. He just really wanted to protect his city. Only he got all mixed up about who was good and who was evil. Holrun, you sent an innocent child to be burned at the stake? Don't you want to ask for forgiveness? Hardly. Anyone can look innocent. How did this girl manage to survive the fire? And what about the crow that's flying around her? I advise you to take a closer look at this innocent little lamb of yours. If you ask me, she looks highly suspicious indeed. Ember, you forgive him? After what he did to you? I thought he was doing what was right. How do you know? Maybe you've done something thinking it was a good thing, but you're really doing a bad thing, hurt someone. But what if I've done the same thing? You can't get angry at people for making mistakes when you might be no better than them. Alright, let's go, Ember. Yeah, let's go. Bye-bye, kind knight. Alright, we're kind of hitting that 2-hour mark here. So I think I'm going to end the stream at this point. The next stream is scheduled for tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. So the same time that this one started. And it'll be also for about 2 hours. If you've made it this far in the video, I thank you very much for spending the time with me. If you liked what you saw, please click the like button. If you'd like to see more of this type of content, please click on the subscribe button. I will be starting a playthrough that will not be live, I guess will be recorded and edited in some other game as soon as I figure out which game to pick for that. And that'll go back to normal posting style. I'm not sure, I guess, what we'll do for a streaming schedule as of yet, but I'll just keep streaming when I have spare time for now. Again, thank you if you've made it this far, and we'll see you next time.